is LWT, part of the ITV network. It's now time to hit the rewind button as we join those cheeky chaps over at the Retro Asylum.
Hello, welcome back to the Retro Asylum, the UK's #1 retro gaming podcast. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good weekend. Let me make that a little bit bigger. And I had no audio there for that second, so I just want to make sure the audio is coming through. Welcome back to the Yes, it is. Awesome. Right. We got audio. Right. Yeah, hope you're having a good weekend. Plan for tonight is to play is to play a bit of Spectrum stuff. Evening, Blake. Nice, thanks for joining us, mate. Yeah, so the plan is to be playing a bit of Spectrum stuff ahead of next month's high score challenge. We've got Crash Live next month as well, so I just thought it's a good chance to dig out the Spectrum. We've got the next hopefully coming in December as well. So yeah, always a good opportunity to dig out the Spectrum. I actually haven't been doing much Spectrum gaming recently, so we'll see how many of these are actually working. There was one Redshift that I've had to get from itch.io. I've not actually played it yet, so we may need a little bit of assistance getting that up and running. We'll see. Hopefully John V, Mr. Spectrum Next will be in the house, because my plan is to use the Spectrum Next core to play some of these games. But we'll just jump into the chat quickly. So we've got Skeletor's Gaming Channel. Good evening. Thanks for joining us, you Earth-dwelling gamer. I've got a nice little He-Man pickup actually. So yeah, somewhere wherever I put my pickups, they're up there. So yeah, you'll like that one. Hang around for that one. Evening, Reese. Thanks for joining us, mate. And Ant Furnace is here as well. Good evening. Right, what shall we do first? Shall we dive straight into a Spectrum game? I think that's probably the best thing. I'm going to pour myself a beer actually first, and then we'll get stuck straight into a Spectrum game. So I did have, what was it, like 3 or 4 titles that I was gonna sort of go through. Have a bit of a play, and I shouted out onto the Discord. So what I've done is I've got rid of 3 of my picks. I've just left one of my picks in, and the others have come from the Discord. I think we had like 14 picks, 13 games or something, 13, 14 games altogether. So yeah, massive thanks for that. Chucking in some games on the Discord. I did notice it sort of slowed down. We've been playing Monkey Ball this month, and it has slowed down a little bit. Now I don't know if that's just because it's more of what people maybe call class as a modern game, or they just don't like Monkey Ball. I don't know. I've always enjoyed Monkey Ball, so yeah, maybe one for me more than anyone else. I don't know. Right, but the first game we've got on the list is Spy Hunter. So this I don't remember from the arcade as such. I remember seeing it, never played it in the arcade. What I did play a lot of was the Spectrum version of Spy Hunter. Absolutely loved this. I remember having this on one of the old orange Orange and Black, I think it was a Boots cassette. So yeah. Right, what we'll do, I shall minimise myself. There we go. So you can see the screen. And then for anyone who hasn't seen the next Spectrum Next, so I'm using the Mister, the Spectrum Next core on the Mister. We didn't have, Skeletor's just pointing out there that he didn't have Spectrums on Eternia. No, I think it was more Magic based. The activity, the entertainment in on Eternia. Right. So browser. So yeah, for anyone, I suppose I imagine most people have used a Next. If you haven't, this is obviously the browser, or the front end, I suppose, of the Next core. I've got it all configured at the minute, where I've got demos. It's all configured for me. Keyboard wise, I'm using, if you can hear me tapping away, I'm using one of the 8-bit Do retro keyboards. So it's in the nice sort of classic PC Amiga sort of colour, beige, classic beige. Evening, John V. Good evening, mate. Thanks for joining us. I've got a question actually for you that I'm going to need your expertise on for some next questions. But I tell you what, I'll mix the order up. We'll play Spy Hunter and then we'll play Redshift, because I had an issue trying to get Redshift to run. So yeah, let's go straight into Spy Hunter, which was a 48k game. Not in there. It'll be in Specky. So yeah, 14 games to get through. So the plan is we're just going to play a little bit of each. Not really going to be deep diving into anything else. But one of the key things, I suppose, when we do pick a game at the end, it's got to be a game that's going to last a month. We've got a couple of bangers on here as well, but going through the list, a couple of 8-bit Wars games on there as well. Spy Hunter, right? I was hovering wrong. Cool. It's an awesome little title screen as well. I like that. It's a nice title screen. US Gold get a lot of hate, don't they? I don't know. There was probably a lot worse back then. I mean, they people moan about the screenshots and the bad games and all that, but they were all at it, weren't they? So I mean, from some of the stuff that I played, Leaderboard. I always enjoyed playing Leaderboard on the Spectrum. That was a US Gold game. I don't know. I think there's probably worse out there, but I'll probably get shouted down for saying that. Right. In we go. We're going to play this one on the keyboard. I have got my my arcade stick down here as well, but I think a lot of these games, they do play nicely on a keyboard. And obviously the 48k games limited in terms of their audio output, I think it's fair to say. So what I will do, I will crank the audio up a little bit for some of these 48k games. Right, keyboard. Classic QA, OP and M for fire. Should we go M or N? Let's see which. I used space earlier and it was pausing the game, so I'm gonna have to go with N, I think. Mr. Dean Swain's in the house. Good evening, mate. Let's start with novice, just to get back in. Cool, right. We've got to bump him into the sides. I don't remember. I'll drop in there. There we go. Why didn't that fire? I didn't remember being able to choose between novice and expert back in the day. So I'm guessing maybe that was on the crack. I don't know. Don't sit behind the oil because you'll get a nice little skid mark. And you, if I remember right, you can drop in there into the little. If you go down there, you turn into a boat. Ah. Where am I? Where am I? I've got invisible. Brilliant. Right. There we are. God, you got to force the button down. Okay, so I need to be holding another button to get it to fire. I don't remember that. I don't remember that being a thing. Ah. I remember being a kid as well and trying to drive in the truck. Shoot those ones. But you can drive into the little fence, into a hedgerow. I think it's all right. Would it last a month? I don't know. But I think it's a decent little arcade conversion. To be fair, that. Yeah, no, I didn't spot that, Dean. Yeah. I tell you what, let's try expert mode. He says, how do we get back to... How do we get back then? I can't get back to the main menu. Oh, right, we're going to have to soft reset it. Pause there. Had I paused it? I didn't realise I paused it. There we go. Right, we'll try expert. I imagine this will be pretty rapid. Yep. Expert. Right, off we go. Let's drop in there, get some missiles. Nice. Oh. Bit naughty that. Not a fan that you have to be pushing up to shoot. Nice. Let's go left. I'd have to sort out the so I could use the space bar rather than N as fire, because I am not feeling that. Let's get out of his way. Nice. Nice. Oh my god. It's stressful, this. This definitely feels longer than the novice. Oh no! Oh, that was a bit cheeky. Smashed me from behind. Well, I think I got a higher score on expert mode than I did on novice. Losing points shooting the friendly cars, John Veal. Just shoot everyone in it. Shoot everyone. Shoot everyone, mate. Right, what we got next? I think that's a decent little port, that, to be fair. Yeah, I think that's a decent little port. That's definitely in the running, that one. I'm not sure it'd last a month, but... Right, what we got next on the list? The hit list. Oh, this is good one. Psst. Persist, as I called it back in the day. Simple kid. Yeah. Psst. So 1983, this one. The old Stamper Brothers. I think it was their second game, wasn't it? Obviously, Ultimate played the game. Right, where's this going to be? It'll be in P. Just a thought, actually. We had so last year when we were doing the high score competition, we weren't really doing it as like an organised competition that we are now, but we played Jetpack, which was obviously their first game, so that'd make a nice little. Yeah, I quite like that. It's a nice little romantic, isn't it? They're playing the second game a year later. I like that because I remember we was at Crash Live trying to play. We were playing Jetpack at Crash Live last year, so I like that. It'd be nice. And it's a decent little game. This is another one. I didn't have the original cassette of this back in the day. It was another Boots black and yellow cassette. I did have some actual legit games, honest. In fact, let me jump up because I've got the first ever. Right, so just up on my shelf there, I've got the first video game that I ever bought with my own money. It's a shocker. It's not a good game. But I remember getting this from the shop in Broadmarsh. The shopping centre's not even there now in Nottingham, let alone the store. But it's Hysteria. And that is my actual copy. The very, very first video game I ever bought. And we talked earlier a little bit about... I just made that a little bit bigger. We talked earlier about Data East with their... US Gold with their screenshots and all that sort of stuff. I look at this. This is a Spectrum game. We clearly with C64 screenshots there. If that's not going to come across very well, but yeah, naughty that. But yeah, the very first Spectrum game, the very first game I ever bought, and it's the actual copy. Awesome to still have that, and then the last Spectrum game, the actual cassette that I bought. Here we are, Moritz the Striker, which was a modern game, homebrew game, with an awesome little rendition of Match of the Day actually, which we used in one of our episodes for the Retro Asylum on the football book that I can't remember for the life of me now either. Damn it. Yeah, awesome little rendition of Match of the Day. Right, well, what was it? It was persist. Psst. PRS. Better do it in 48k mode. John, you'll know this. A Tale of Two Halves. Thank you, Reese. Thank you very much. For some reason, so I tried to play It's a Knockout earlier on because that was one of my games that I'd chosen, and I tried to run it in 128k mode, and it wouldn't run. It just sort of went to a white screen. But then when I tried to run it again after that, it just auto tries to run in 128k mode. John, I'm sure you'll know this, and I think I might have asked you before. How do I disable that so I can get it to boot in 48k mode? Because I don't care what anyone says. I like It's a Knockout. It's a good game. Right, 48k mode. Right, here we go. Keyboard, yeah, we'll do keyboard again. Awesome little game, this. Persist. Press symbol shift to get the menu back. Okay, cool. Right, I shall try that. Well, we won't because we won't do It's a Knockout. In fact, we'll do red shift after this because I couldn't get that to load earlier, John. So I'm going to lean on your expertise here. Right, one player game, keyboard, start game. I haven't done the keys. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Up. Oh no. I'm in a mirror here. Right, let's just kill myself so I can change the keys. And then obviously, there you go. Normally, but right. So now, at the minute, I'm trying to play with Q, W, E, R, and T, and it's not proving very easy. So the idea is just to keep the bugs off. If anyone hasn't played this, the idea is just to keep the bugs away from the flower for enough time for it to grow, and then it'll flower. One of the problems we had with Jetpack last year was that you could just sit and spam points. I don't think you could. Obviously, you can't do that because it's kind of got a timer sort of built into the game, really. On this one. And your life. So if they eat the flower, that is your life going down, I suppose. You could just let them. There we go. Awesome game. Still a great game, even with terrible controls. But that's because I've not defined them myself, so fully to blame for that. Right. At some stage, that's it. So now, like the red will only take out certain enemies. Certain hydrants will only take out certain enemies. There we are. Right. Awesome. Jim, you have to make Matt put all the podcasts. Yeah, you're right, Nuno. So the playthrough stuff, we're just missing. You're only missing Clear Obscure. So there's 4 episodes for Clear Obscure. So yeah, they're between. I think me and Chris did the edits on those. So between us, we have got those. We just need to get them over to Mads so we can put them up onto the website. But they are all out on a podcast client if you want to use the podcast client. Right. I don't think you can define the keys. Right, there will obviously be a way to define the keys, but we've got 14 games to get through. I think that's an awesome game. That absolutely quality. That's definitely on the short list. Who was it who picked that one? That was Plastic Man. He's a man who's made of plastic. Yeah, awesome game. That's definitely on the short list, that one. I'd probably put that above Spy Hunter. I will put that above Spy Hunter. Definitely. Awesome game. Right. I tell you what. Why Skeletor's still here. Let's do a very quick pickup. So, we recorded an episode recently which is in the middle of being edited with Darren from the Retro Gamer magazine, and we were talking about comics and things like that, and I mentioned that I just picked up a couple of comics that I sort of go in and out sometimes. I haven't bought any for a long time, but I'll go through phases. You need to play Bomb Jack, definitely need to do. Yeah, I tell you what, we'll throw that in ad hoc, because I love Bomb Jack. It's one of my favourite arcade games, so yeah, I love the Spectrum version as well. Right. Comics. Couple of comics that I picked up. Brand new series. So if you want to wait for the trade paperback, as it were, the graphic novel, you might be waiting a little while for these, because this part 1's only just come out. I think part 2 is just about to come out, but it is a brand new Masters of the Universe series. Awesome. There was a series that I got into actually on digital comics. It was Masters of the Universe. It was awesome. It was Reese Bomb Jack, you say. It was mature. It was like graphic. There's loads of blood and guts. It was an awesome sort of tale. It starts off where He-Man has lost his memory. Doesn't know the old memory loss thing. Mads' favourite trope. But He-Man's lost his memory, and then he sort of retrains, remembers who he is. It's really, really good, actually. Really good series. And then, so that has literally just come out, that one. What's it called? The Sword of Flaws. And then, so I've got parts 1 and 2 of these. If you're a similar age to me, so 14, you'll remember back in the 90s. Did I bribe? You'll remember Spider-Man, the animated series. Now these is another brand new comic series. Let me pop these up there, and you'll notice that the artwork is lifted straight from the '94 cartoon series, and it's a continuation of that series. So yeah, awesome. Another brand new series, so definitely look into that if you remember the comic. Massive nostalgia for that. Right, let's get stuck into a game. Let's do Redshift while John's still here. Let's drop that down there. Right. Redshift. So this was a 128k game. It was a homebrew title from back in 2019. Just looking up on itch.io. It's free it is free to download on itch.io. But obviously, I mean, I always try to drop a couple of dollars at least, but I mean it's entirely up to you. What you or whatever you want to pay, you can pay. Right. Bruce Lee of the Spectrum is a must from Nuno. It's a great game. We played it. I say we. The guys, Chris and Mads, actually played it. Was it a Game Club game? Might have been a Game Club game. I think it was. Wasn't great on the Spectrum, if I remember right. Which one was it? There was one that was a bit. Wasn't great. I actually played the Master System version. So they remade it for the Master System later on. And that was awesome. I had an absolute blast with that. Played that, completed that, loved it. Really, really good game. Really enjoyed the Master System version. Right. Browser. John V says Bruce Lee was a Game Club game on multiple platforms. It was multi-platforms. I know it was on multiple platforms, but I didn't know if they just covered one for the Game Club. I can't remember. Ant Furnace says Bruce Lee is a stellar game on any system. I remember it being better on other systems, yeah. Right, Redshift, wasn't it? I don't think I put it in here, actually. I think I put it in. Classic 128. There we go. Right. Mr. John V. We got Redshift, Turbo Load, TZX file. It hangs here. Give me some advice. It doesn't boot past this. Now, is this because I've used the turbo load mode? It could well be that it's because I've used turbo load. But it just sits, doesn't load. Cool. Right. I don't think that's going to load. But I did look at the video and it looks absolutely awesome. It's a vertical scrolling shooter. It looks rapid. It looks really, really quick. And it looks like it plays really, really well. I have tried other TZX files, mate, and they've worked. So I'm sure I've tried TZX files and they've worked, but yeah, I don't know. But I think it could be a pick because it looks really, really good. We played, it was at Gemini Wing on the Commodore 64, and that was awesome. So it'd be lovely to play a Spectrum modern vertical shooter to give you the sort of comparison between the two. But we haven't got that, so I tell you what, let's throw Bomb Jack in. Let's have a quick game of Bomb Jack. Yeah, these are all .tap files, so maybe I should have used a .tap file. My bad. Like I say, it looks absolutely fantastic. Go check the video out on like YouTube or whatever. Play it. It's free to play. To try, and then if you like it, drop them a couple of quid. I think, yeah, it looks great. And I definitely would be up for playing that. Right, it's been a long while since I played this on the Specky. Blimey. One player starts, K for keyboard, keyboard turbo. Right, that's jump. Left, right, jump. Now obviously in Bomb Jack you're supposed to get them. So to get more points you collect the bombs in the order that they're flashing. I've collected a massive bit of order here. So normally in the arcade you would go through that gap, but that looks tough to negotiate. Oh no. There we go. I can hear the arcade music. Maybe we should just sack the Spectrum off and just play Bomb Jack, the arcade version. I jest, of course. I jest. But this is a good port. Like if you'd have got this back in the day, I didn't have this back in the day. I came to it in later years when I just wanted to see what the Spectrum port was like. It's obviously well regarded. So yeah, I just wanted to see what it was like. Oh. And yeah, if you'd got this back in the day, you'd be well chuffed. I'm about to die there. There we are. Again, decent little arcade port that. Dave Jarman's here. Nice to see you in here, Dave. Right, let's have another game of that. That's a great game. And definitely lasts a month that as well. So, no. Well, I try to just get through that little angle, because that's the way that I do it in the arcade. There we go. Trying to find up. Right, I think it's S. I think S is up. Reese says a month Bomb Jack has lasted me 35 years. I know, mate, but would the Spectrum version last? I think it would. Doesn't look like you get the score bonus though for collecting them in order. I think we'll have one more go at that. do get the little score boost. For the life of me, find up. Maybe it's B. Is B up? Right, one last go. I definitely want to put this to an arcade stick though. Or just some way that I could configure the controls at least. So then you normally jump all the way up to the top there, but I don't know what. Missed it. Nice. Come on. Jump down. Oh, I was expecting him to drop them. So normally in the arcade version they'll drop down if you jump onto the same platform as them. Gosh, this is addictive, this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop there. That is addictive. That still a great game. Still, what a great port that is as well. That's a great port. That you think you're playing that back in. When was the? I don't know when that port was off the top of my head. 85, of course, right there in front of me. 85, man. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome port. Kind of just makes you want to play the arcade game though, doesn't it? As at the same time as well. Right, let's go back to the list. Go on then, Nuno. That's added to the hit list. So far we've got Spy Up on Psst and Bombjack. Trash Man is the next one. That was from Plastic Man. Now Plastic, so this is a game. I've not played this back in the day. There we are. Trying to just make myself a bit smaller. Right. Soft reset. So I have not played this one. So this is brand new game to me. I've not played it. So let's see I know basically you have to run around. Jason Buller says push up while jumping to get extra height. Yeah, cheers. I know you got to push up to get the extra height. I just don't know what key it is, so I'm using a keyboard, and I wasn't sure what key it was to get height, to get up. Yeah, I don't have the luxury of a keyboard overlay, unfortunately, at the minute. If that does get picked, then obviously I'll put all the keys and commands and all the rest of it, and you can tailor it to whatever you want them. Right, Trash Man. So all I know about this Trash Man is basically you run around behind a rubbish van, rubbish lorry, and pick up bags of trash. That's the only thing I know about this. I like the intro though. Funny story, as a kid actually, I got told that I chased the rubbish men down the road once. There we are. Right. Welcome to Trash Man. Oh. Wasn't expecting that. Let's try again. I don't think that has loaded. Right, we'll have to move on. Otherwise we'll be here all night. I don't think that's loaded. So Trash Man is in the trash. That's a non-starter. Right, next game. Heavy Metal Donnie has put forward Highway Encounter and Exelon. Exelon's a great game, isn't it? But it is tough as a tough thing that's really tough. Is it a high score game? I don't know if I'd never considered it a high score game. I mean, you get a score from it, don't you? So technically it is a high score game. Right. What was it? Highway Encounter. H. Highway Encounter. It doesn't look like it's there. Unless it's spelled with a Y. Was it spelled with a Y? Nope. Oh, there it is. Right in front of me. Right, isometric. I don't get on with isometric games. But we'll give it a go. Right. I think this is going to be... I've had a quick look on... I've not played it. I've had a quick look on YouTube for this one. It looks a bit like a shooter sort of thing. I don't know. Let's dive in. Let's just dive in. Keyboard. Information. Oh my good grief. Clear the way ahead. Take the lasertron beyond the zero. Blah, blah, blah. Ultra powerful weapon. Right, one is fast, slow. Z to go right. Oh, right, okay. Space is fire. Right, let's just go for it. Start game. It looks nice though. It looks really nice. I appreciate the isometric sort of graphical style. Head Over Heels is a stunning game. Batman as well. There was a new indie game, Lumo. Stunning. I don't, and we played the Atari one as well, didn't we? On the Evercade. And I really enjoyed the 2600 one actually. Not so much the 78, but the 2600 I enjoyed. I don't know. I found the 2600 version a lot easier to navigate. Right, off we go. Less of the waffle, more gaming. Okay, so we spin around. Oh my word. Oh! Where am I? I'm back there. Oh my word. Oh my word, I've done exactly the same. Right, okay, so you're just taking one of these at a time. Shoot them. Nice. Oh no! Oh! All Vortons destroyed. I mean, it looks nice. This game's, John says, this is a great game that takes something getting a hang of the controls. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. We'll have another quick game actually. I think there's something there. Is it a high score game? Maybe. I don't know, because everyone's going to get the... It's just going to be a case of who can get the furthest as opposed to the best sort of score, so... Oh no, they're all following me now. And then I'm guessing you're going to get like some sort of bonus the more the guys... Oh my god, where are they going? Don't run off, come back. Oh, there was a slow down as well, wasn't there? Oh my word. It's making me dizzy, this. Speaking of which, we have got a couple of dizzy games on here. Ah, there we are, right. I'm cooking on gas now. Oh, flying through. So I'm guessing if I get one through to the end, I then have to go back and get the rest of them. Feel like I'm getting the hang of this now. Definitely not a high score. I don't think it's a high score game. And you just gotta be proper. Go. You've got to be constantly just tapping. Stay away from there. Oh, I tell you what, this. I'd say I'm miles back now. That's not. Yeah, yeah. I could see a decent little. I could see a decent, not decent. I could see a playable little game there. It looks nice. Not a high score game. I don't think I'll be picking it for the high score challenge, but I think that's a nice little game there. One that I'd come back to and play a bit more of, definitely. Yeah. Nice shout, Donny. Nice shout. Right, what was his next game? Exelon. That's another one. I don't think it's a high score game. It's tough as nails. Should we play Exelon? Or should we just move on? Let's move on. John V. We got Arcadia. This is a great game. No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the next one. Arcadia is one I've not played. We've got an absolute banger after this one. Right, Arcadia. Browser. Move the block. Paul Pollington says move the block so it stops the movement of the enemies. Yeah, I didn't think of that. And then I suppose you block them off and then you can make a little path to get all your characters or your robots through. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'd go back and play that. Not as a high score game, but I'd definitely go back and play that. Right, Arcadia. Arcadia. I'll see the wood for the trees. Press it. Where's the Ernie key? Imagine. So this is the one. This is the one where you control a little X-wing, isn't it? Yeah, I do know this one. It's like a X-wing. Yes, I do know this one. Really early game. Here we go. X-wing that's not an X-wing. Right. Excuse my... I'm just trying to basically find the controls for a minute. Okay. So it looks like we've got a forward, a shoot, and a left and a right. Right, let's try again. And you can only go halfway up the screen. Oh, this is tough. On the flip side, the score's going to be pretty low this one if I pick this. It's not Gallagher, is it? That's better. I do think it's got a charm to it. Even if it is tough as nails. 21. This is the longest I've lasted. Let's give it a go. It's definitely, yeah. It's addictive. It's not one that you're going to be playing for like long periods of time. You're just going to sort of drop in a few goes. Nice, that one. But fair play, 1982. I do like the little explosion effects as well. Yeah, nice little game that. You just need to survive the 99 seconds to get to the next level. Oh, alright, 99 seconds. So if I don't shoot anything and just try and avoid, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. What was the keys? I've lost the keys. Died straight away. Right, just... Oh my god, yeah, no, that's... Oh, I can see the timer now. Okay, right. So if I... There we go, look. Oh, I'm flying now. Level 2, on we go. Oh no. Come on, 30 seconds left. 20, 9, 17, 14, come on. No! Damn you! I reckon I've got this in me. Oh my god. That's absolutely savage. You've got to get past those first couple of waves and then I think... Can I... Yeah. Hang up there. Stay up there. Oh my good grief. Right, that's that. Oh, still got one life. Stay up there out of the way. Right, 50 seconds, come on. Jeez, that was quick. Oh my word. Oh, I'm not sure I'd be picking it, but that's quite an addictive little game, that. Yeah, it's quite an addictive little game. Nice shout. Nice shout. Who was that again? That was John V. Nice pick, John. Yeah. Yeah, early, but my word, that's an addictive little game, that. That is it. But talking of addictive, right, an absolute banger coming up now. R-Type. So clearly as well, we all know it's the best version, regardless of what Mark said. It's not the C64 version. It was this. This was the best version. This should have won that 8-bit wars. That still bitter about that. Right. And everyone knew it. Absolute stitch up. Rygar. There she is. R-Type GT. It's going to be right at the start, isn't it? There she is. R-Type 1. Stop the tape. Now, can I use my arcade stick for this, or am I going to have to configure it? I may. If I've got to configure it, I won't bother. I'll just play with a keyboard. It might still be loaded. Right. Is this going to work? Is my arcade stick going to work? No! Oh no, the fire button works, but not my directions. There she is, right. I was in X input. Oh no, now my fire button doesn't work. I've got directions, but no fire. There she is, right. Oh. What we could do is play the 128K version. Was there a remake on the 128K version, I think? With audio and all singing and dancing. But this is, oh, what a game this is. Now go through. Oh. Wait. Now go through. Oh, such a good game. Such a good game. I'm not bothering about entering my name. I might just have one more go though. I could just play this all day long. And still not get past this bit. I remember saying on the 8-bit Wars, so I played a hell of a lot of the Master System version, which is another great port. It's a really good port. A lot of flicker, a lot of screen flicker, but I mean, Faster Than Light was an R-Type shooter, but vertically. I haven't played that one. Paul. Yeah, I know. Redshift was a vertical shooter. That was. I wish I could have played that. It's one of them, innit? Do I take the risk and just throw it in there? But I want to pick a game that will be able to play at Crash. There we go. Right, now we're cooking. So we should be getting power up. There he is. Another one. I always find I go for the front rather than the rear. Obviously, you can have it on the front or the rear. That would have saved me, ironically, if I'd have got it on the rear. Awesome game. Such a good game. Definitely in the running, that one. Definitely. Right. What have we got left? So that was Coop. That was Coop who suggested that. Thanks, Coop. So we've got a couple of Dizzy games coming up next. They're from Rich, Monster Hide. Then we've got a couple from Blake. And then we've got another couple from John V. One of them was Redshift, which we couldn't get running. I could always just throw Redshift in there on John V's recommendation, and if it's no good, then it's all on John, isn't it? So, so what we'll do, I'll do a quick couple of pickups, and then we'll dive straight into a couple more Spectrum games. Right. Evercade pickups this time. So their last 3 releases, they've all been sort of arcade releases. The first one was the Neo Geo collection. This is collection 1, Neo Geo Arcade 1. Really cool, actually. They got the reversible covers. So normally they're purple, but I swapped them around to make them black, just make them stand out a little bit more on the shelf. But this one's got King of Fighters 2000, Metal Slug, Shock Troopers, Magician Lord, Sengoku, and Ironclad. And I'm kind of torn a little bit at the moment. Do I go continue to get the Evercade Neo Geo collections, or do I get them on the Switch? They're more expensive on the Switch, but you get more games and you get more features. So still emulation, obviously, but you get I think it's the Arcade Archives ports. So yeah, you get a few extra bits in there. I don't know. I'm still to decide. But I may end up going the Switch route for the Neo Geo stuff. The next 2 was the Taito collections. So that's Taito 1 and Taito 2. Awesome collections. These are some right games on them. So Taito 1, that's got Bubble Bobble, Chack and Pop, Colony 7, Dodecodon, Growl, Pirate Pete, Rymes, Space Invaders, The Legend of Cage. And Taito 2 has got Alpine Ski, Elevator Action, Kiki Kaikai, Liquid Kids, Operation Wolf, Rastan, The Electric Yo-Yo, New Zealand Story, and Volfight. Now, I was chatting to Chris O'Regan about these, and for the most part, most of the games are absolutely spot on. But there was a couple that there was something bubble. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it. And I don't know if I'm imagining it. There was something off of it, and I just couldn't put my finger on it. But Rastan, that ran really quick from how I remember it running. So yeah, normally Evercade are pretty on point with their emulation, but it's a hell of a collection still. Play Rastan on the Master System as well. It's the best one. But yeah, so that's Evercade, couple of Evercade pickups. And then we've got one more, which I shall save for last. Right. Where are we? I can't even remember what game it was now. Fast Food Dizzy. Oof. Fast Food Dizzy. Fast Food Dizzy. Ooh. Let's check out the 128K version. Big fan of that. Let's get a bit of music. Nice. Fast food. Fast food. Right. Let me just turn that down a little bit. It's probably blaring over the top. Right. Space or fire. Let's go. Back on the keyboard. Up or down to chain. Oh. Yeah, let's stick with it. Let's go with the arcade stick, eh? Now this is going to be 4-way, isn't it? So let me switch that to 4-way. I've absolutely trashed this. I put little pinball buttons on the side, and then what I've done, I fitted a little plate inside so I can change it between 4-way and 8-way. But I've drilled a little hole so I could just put my fingers in there now. I'd spin it round. There we go. Right. There we go. If I remember right, I don't think there's anything that kills you in this until you hit like level 3. Just realised you're going to be getting horrific echo coming through my TV. Just realised like an hour into the stream. And I'm not getting any audio because of that. Right, let me switch this over. I didn't have my there we are. I've got audio now. Flipping heck. Like I said, I know this all kicks off at level 3. I should have just gone straight in at level 3, really. But if you're going for a high score, then obviously you're going to be wanting to start right on level 1. There's something about it. I know it's HDMI audio. There's something about it. I don't know. Right, so I've got to steer clear of this little fella here. Paul Ponington, I was going to say no echo on our end. Oh, awesome. Oh, that's good. It must have been really low on my TV because it would have been coming out of my TV speaker. This is a good. I like this. It's a good game. This. But I'm not going to play it for too long. Ooh, if I could just get through there then. I might get absolutely crucified for picking a Dizzy game though, off the other hosts. Well, I think Dean's alright with a bit of Dizzy. So that slows them down. There we go. Right. Only problem is you could end up sitting here for hours. By the time that you get into some of the scores that get put up on the high score tables, oh my word! By the end of the month, we could be sitting playing fast food Dizzy for hours, and I don't know if anybody wants that. Does anybody want that much Dizzy in their life? Slow egg. Definitely is a slow egg. Right. That's got my oh, no. What I want to do is that. Get sandwiched. Egg sandwich. Scrambled egg. Oh no, not that way. No, I can cut down. Go on, go on. Right, now I've got to get back up for the yellow. Oh, I don't know what it is. Pizza? I think that's enough fast food, Dizzy. I like it. I could sit and play that. But I may end up playing it on my own for a month. I think it's a good game. I think it's a good game. Right. So the next one is, Dean, it is Quick Snacks. I'm wondering if Rich, old Monster Hiders, just put these in just to wind people up. Everyone gets really irate, don't they? Well, not everyone, but a lot of people get really irate as soon as you mention Dizzy. Quick Snacks 128. Mad's in the house, but I do like Sonic, it's true. Some good games, some good Sonic games. To begin loading, press enter. I've not seen this screen before. Quick Snacks. I love this intro as well. I remember we had this on the 8-Bit Wars. And this intro is awesome. I love it. How can you not like that? That's awesome. Just sit and listen to that all night. Right, that's enough of that. Here we go. Straight into the old penguin. Reverse my controls then. There we go. So on these, once you push your direction, you can't change it. It's definitely quicker than the last one, John, that's right. Oh yeah, I remember playing the C64 game, yeah, on when we did the 8-Bit Wars. That, yeah, really different game, really different game, but still not a bad little game though. Not as good as this version, but right, I've got to, oh. Quick Snacks. Oh, that's a good game. That's a great game, that. What we got? We got 3 games left to go through. Right. That's on. It's going to upset people, but that's on the short list. That's a great game. No, I made no apologies. Right. What we got next? Turrican. Oof. We'll give it a play. We'll give it a play. But whoa, Turrican, man, on the Spectrum. For a Spectrum version, I think it's all right. But I don't know, man. It might be a bit rough. I haven't played it in years. Might be a bit rough going back to it. We'll see. John Veal says, are you going to put the shortlist out for a vote? Oh, I don't know, because I might not like the game. It's like Mad says, isn't it? It's all well and good voting, but democracy, it's so overrated. Yes, mate. Yeah, what we'll do, I'll tell you what then, we'll pick, where are we now? The 26th. We'll pick the games at the end. Should we go 3 or 4? I'll leave it out. Leave it to you guys. Let me know 3 or 4, and then we'll put a vote up, and whatever wins will be the game that we play in November. Right? Yeah, that's what we'll do. What was it? Turrican. I'll be surprised if the next one's a good one though. The next one's a good one. 48k mode. John, you'll know this. Why? And I'm guessing it's just because some games didn't run in multi-load. 2 variable not found. Oh no. Maybe because there was 2. That's going to be Turrican 2, isn't it? Right. Looks like we're not playing Turrican then. Apologies, Blake. So we've lost Redshift. Maybe. We'll see. Right. Robocop next then. Now this is a classic. Robocop. Nat the Gooner says, is this running on a Mister? Yes, it is. So there could be certain games that won't run because it's running in a Mister core. Yeah, that could definitely be a thing. I could have used the Spectrum core, but then I knew I could be jumping between 48 and 128k, so I just thought I'd stick it all in the Mister and it should run. In the next core in the Mister and it should run, but yeah, clearly we've had a couple of issues, a couple of games that haven't ran. Right, we'll define keys. Let's see if the joystick's working first off. Protect the innocent, uphold the law. Right. We want a Kempston then. Let's reset. So yeah, is this the 48k version? Yeah, this is the well, it was just whatever was in here. Yeah, the 48k version. Let's see if Soft reset. Let's see if the 128K version was in there. Right, it's not in there, but it might be. It might be in Classic 128. No. Classic 48. No. Classic. No, I haven't got it. What we could do, I'll play the 48K version now. I think gameplay wise, I'm not sure. I don't think there's too much between the two. And then we could just throw the 128K version out there for the vote. Mocop. Yeah, no, it's definitely not in there. Right. Right, Kempston then. Let's try that. I never know whether this arcade stick's going to get picked, how it's going to get picked up. There we are. The old, it's a Kempston. Ugh. Shot myself in the foot and I've got it on 4-way mode. I can't get the diagonals off. Damn it. Right, let's swap it round. There she is. I've run out of bullets. Oh no. Pretty sure this got, the arcade version of this got, oh dear, got picked as a high score game. When was it? It might have been last year. Oh dear, oh dear. When it was when King Trilo was doing it. Just bops him on the head with that chainsaw. Oof. Got him. Nice. I should have used the arcade. Oh no, wasn't paying attention. I should have used the arcade stick for Bomb Jack. Curse me and my my keyboard ways. No, no. That's a good little game, actually. Still a good one. What arcade stick I use? It says how not to play wants to know what arcade stick I'm using. It's just a Venom F. Ooh, what was it? Was it F5? Might be an old F500 or something like that. So it works on everything up to PS4. It works up to and including PS4 just through USB, and then you can change it basically. I don't know if that's going to come across actually. You've got a little sort of switch. You can set it to controller. So if you're on like a modern console, you have it connected to a pad using a USB into the stick there, and then you can use it on Switch. You can use it on PS4, Xbox One. The only thing it doesn't work is PS5, but it works on PS4 games on a PS5, but not PS5 games. Did you mod it to switch the gate? Yeah, so it came with I can't remember what gate it came with out of the box. I've had it years. I've had it absolute years. Yeah, it came. I think it might have come with the square plate that it's got at the moment, if you can look in there. So yeah, what I done, modded it myself, as you can tell. Just drilled a hole in the back of the plate, and so I can just get in there and spin it round between 8 and 4 way. It's all right. It does the job. It does the job. It's not great, but I mean, just set that back to 8 way. It does the job. I use it mostly for pinball, so I put a couple of pinball buttons on the side as well, so I can stand up. I can set my monitor to Tate or Tate, and I can have my arcade stick on the desk, and the desk is at a decent height that it still feel. Obviously, you don't get that feedback that you'd get from a proper pinball. But you still get that feel of being stood with the monitor sort of at a little angle as well, and the speaker bar behind the monitor, so it's like kicking out the sounds. You do get the feel of it's good. It scratches the itch. I would love a pinball table, even like a 1-up pinball table, but I just don't really have the room for it. So it scratches the itch, and I do find then that when I go to places like Arcade Club and all these other sort of arcades that you go to, when you go to these expos like Crash Live, I know there's going to be some pinball tables there, they were saying on the Facebook page. And so I think when you go to these events, you're still getting something that you can't get at home, if that makes sense. Like I'm fortunate that I can fire up pretty much, and through emulation, if I need to, you can play pretty much most things at home. But there's certain things like the Vectrex that I got just there, and like the Game and Watchers, you can't sort of emulate that, and it just, yeah, I like playing stuff at the expos and Arcade Club that you can't necessarily play at home. And I think just playing the pinball games that way, it scratches the itch at home, but it still means that I still have that excitement when I see an actual pinball game. I'm like, I've got to put money into that. I want to play that. But then when I see something like Bomb Jack or whatever, regardless of whether it's got a CRT or like a modern screen in there, it doesn't matter. I still get that excitement of I've got to play that. I've got to play it. So yeah. Right. What have we got next? We've got Horace Goes Skiing. What are you doing to me, John V? What are you doing to me? And that's the last one, right? Horace Goes Skiing. We're gonna finish on a classic, right? I tell you what, I am tempted to do though, is play a bit of Bomb Jack with this arcade stick. Right. I think for the most part, the Mr. Core's done all right. A couple of games that didn't play, but I suppose if I should have double checked every. I didn't double check every game. I double checked most of them, but not every one. And I could have then put files into an alternative core and played them that way. But I'm trying to think what games. When we choose the game, we'll have a look through. John V says, I'm sure most of us would play horoscope skiing, but not put much time into the high score chasing. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't know if I've put more than a minute or 30 seconds into it, to be fair. Paul Pollington says, can you see if Light Force is on the system? Yeah, we can have a look. I'll tell you what, let's look now. Oh, I'm in the menu because I thought we'll try and keep it to 2 hours, and we are, where are we? 1 hour 47. So we should keep it to 2 hours. Light Force. I'm guessing it's a 48k game. It's not one I've played personally. Like Cycles, like Farce, Light Force. There we go. $48k mood. Oh, I have played this. So, it was Crash Live last year. Was it this one? No, it wasn't this. I was thinking of another game. Me and Dave Strikes Free. We what was that game, Dave? If you're still in the chat. There was a side-scrolling shooter that we played on the Spectrum at Crash Live last year, and it ate up far too much of our time. It was yellow, as most of them were, but it ate up far too much of our time. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a decent little side-scrolling shooter, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. Right. J for joystick, K for keyboard, enter to start the game. Let's go joystick and see if it's compatible. If it's not, we'll reconfigure the keys. We were Kempston, I think, before. Four controls. What's that? It's a funny looking old ship, isn't it? Right, with the speed that they're coming down the screen, you can't shoot everything. I tell you what, I'm getting Star Force vibes here. Oh, I just saw that and I steered myself into it. Yeah, proper Star Force vibes here. I can hear the Star Force audio. Oh my word, did not expect that. Oh, and again. Oh my word, they just... Oh my god. That's no ship. I was expecting a Star Wars quote then. Mads, that's no ship. It's a desk. The old CRT is standing right on the right hand side. That's no moon. God, we'll have one more game. Oh yeah, I can see it, yeah. It could be a bed. Could be a bed, look. He's shooting from... paying more attention to. Right, if I just stay in one place, it's a bed. It's like a little captain's cabin bed. Always wanted one of those as a kid. Actually, a captain's cabin. Never had one. With a little thing with a little space underneath for my desk and my TV and whatever was connected to it at the time. Jesus, this is rapid. The speed they come down at you. I don't know about that. Synapse. I don't know about that. They come down. They're rapid. Should we have one more game? One more game. With my captain's cabin in space. I do like the backdrop though. It's a nice backdrop. I think if it was between this and Redshift, which is obviously like a modern version of this, in terms of it being a vertical shooter, I'd probably plump for Redshift. However, I've not played it. Jesus. I do like these big chunky graphics though. Yeah, that's tough. That is a tough old... yeah, desks and beds aren't made for space, are they? Right, Horace goes skiing. What was that? Synapse. Let's see if it was Synapse. Let's see if it was. We won't drop this in, but I won't play it. I'll just see if it... Prepare for combat. No, I don't think it was this. But that's a great game, isn't it? I say I won't play it. You put a side-scrolling shooter in front of me and I am just an absolute sucker. Yeah. Good game. Right. Let's do a bit of skiing, and then we'll pick a game, and then we'll pick some games for the shortlist. Wrists. Hong Kong Phooey. Played that as a kid. Blimey. That was it. Yogi Bear's Great Escape on the old was it the old high tech label? Should go back. We should do it. Should go back to some of those old 2D platformers. I bet they're horrific now. What was it? Horace Goes Skiing, wasn't it? I get sidetracked. noise in my ear. Horrific. Right, let me... Sorry, everyone. Let me turn that down. Blimey O'Reilly. What were you thinking, John? Right, try and remember the buttons now. Not all my buttons. Oh, there we go. I pee freely. Oh, was it S or Z? It was Z, right. Off we go. I can't find up. Q. What were you thinking, John? Honestly. Woo! Ah. No, no, no. How not to play says the keys are all on the same row. No, so I don't know if it's the way I've got it configured. So I've got up is Q, down is Z, right is P, and left is I. It's just the way he speeds up when he goes straight down that hill, honestly. Flying now though. No. Oh, didn't even try to dodge that. No. Oh, this damn game, honestly. Honestly. No money, no ski. Right, I can't pick a game and have that running in the background. I can't. Ugh. Paul Pollington, the guy who owns the rights to the Horace character, refuses to allow anyone else to use the sprites as a remake was considered. Yeah, I vaguely remember something. It was the old Octavius thing, wasn't it? There was some drama around all that. Yeah. As long as we don't use the sprites, I'm sure they'll be fine. How Not to Play says could never get a joystick working back in the day yet. But for Horace, I think just keyboard. Yeah, keyboard, I think. Anatoly Kosenchko, apologies for the pronunciation there. Peace to all, be happy, smash the like button now. Yeah, best wishes to all. From Sebastopol / the Crimea, all the best, Anatoly. Thank you for stopping by. Right, Brutal Games, Nat the Gooner. Yeah, pretty brutal. Right. In fact, let's pick up a Vectrex game, Major Tom. There she is. Right. Awesome little game this, actually. If you haven't seen it, go and check out it was the quick video shorts, YouTube shorts. Did a video on it on there. It's got there's like two sort of sides to it. One's like a vertical shooter, sort of Gallagher, or was it where is it? Viazon, which was like a modern Vectrex game. So think Viazon, and then you've got a platformer. So you fly through the space, shoot the enemies, you land, and then you go into this like a vault, they call it. Where it's like a 2D platform. You move up the ladders, collect the keys, and then you escape the vault. It's a great little game, really addictive little game. That there is a version that doesn't include the box. You can just get the cartridge without the overlay, and the overlay's nice, but there's loads of Vectrex overlays out there so you can just pick up the cart. I think it was like 20 quid, 25 quid, something like that. Yeah, really, obviously I do like the big box version. There's not a lot that I sort of go for with the big boxes and stuff like that, but the Vectrex is one of them. Definitely, I think worth a little dabble. And obviously with the Vectrex Mini coming, it'd be interesting to see if some of these modern homebrew titles are going to be playable on there. Because if they are, then I think that's going to elevate it to another level, definitely. And hopefully bring even more homebrew stuff, which can only be a good thing, right? Right. Let's get something in the background while we pick. What are we going to pick? I know what we could do. I remember the 128K Specky having some awesome demos. Let's see if let's chuck a demo up. Spectron 2084. I think that's just going to be the Robotron demo, isn't it, rather than an actual rolling demo. Yeah, it's going to be Robotron for the next. What I was after was like a rolling demo. I remember I had loads on my Div MMC for my actual Spectrum. I know what we'll put on. There we go. Right, let's turn I'll take quick snacks. Right, let me turn that down. But it's something to look at. John Veal says Scroll Nutter. Is that on there, is it? Didn't know if that was on there. There we go. Right, we've got a little bit of something in the background. Ant Furnace, night. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the games. Yeah, thanks for joining us, mate. Paul Pollington says, I once coded a menu system that could select one of the 3 Horus games, move the code to the correct position for the game to run, had all 3 games on a 128K specky. Oh, and that sounds like torture. In the demo directory. Oh, okay. Scroll. All right. Let's stick that in though. Scroll Nutter. Browser. And then I've not seen this, John, so I have no idea what I've just put on. Unless I've seen it at an expo and just not paid any attention to it at all, which is it's very likely, to be honest. Right, let's turn the volume down a smidge. And we'll pull up my list of games. Right, what did we have? We had Spy Hunter, Persist, Trashman, which we didn't play, so that'll go. Highway Encounter, Exelon we didn't play. Highway Encounter, a fun little game, but I don't think it was a high score. Arcadia. Do you know what? I'm going to leave Arcadia on. Spy Hunter I'm going to leave on. R-Type I'm going to leave on. Fast Food Dizzy. It's a good game, bit slow. If I was going to put a Dizzy game on it, it'd be Quick Snacks. So we'll get rid of that. Turrican didn't play. Robocop. It's got to be the 128K version, but Redshift didn't play. How good's Redshift, John? Do you know what? Horace Goes Skiing. I'm gonna leave it in there. The masochist in me. I'm gonna leave Horace Goes Skiing in there. So that leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, let's get it down to 3. Right, let's have one shooter. So out of the titles we've got left, we've got Arcadia, R-Type, Spy Hunter. It's not really a shooter. John says, if R-Type is in the public vote, it will win. Yeah, I'd agree with that, mate. I would agree with that. I don't think Arcadia is a fun and addictive little game, but I don't think it's a month's worth of game. So we'll get rid of that. Oh, Bomb Jack. Of course we had Bomb Jack as well, didn't we? So would you go Light Force over Redshift, John? Let me know. So that leaves us with Robocop, Quick Snacks. Let's get rid of R-Type then. I absolutely love R-Type. It pains me to do this. But yeah, I think you're right. I think if R-Type is in, it'll get the vote because it's the big game, I suppose, isn't it? Oh, I don't even know if I can press the delete button. I bloody love R-Type. Right, it's gone. It's gone. Blake Brett says Bomb Jack was a high score game before. Was it really? Yes, it was. Of course it was. But not the Spectrum version. It was the arcade port, wasn't it? Yeah, no, you are right. Oh, right, fine. Bomb Jack's gone. Right, let me move this keyboard out of the way. Right, there we go. Right. Right, Bomb Jack's gone. Spoil Sports. R-Type's gone. Bomb Jack's gone. Right, let me get rid of that. Right, so we're going for 3 games. Right, so we've got Horace Goes Skiing, Redshift. Did you say you would pick Redshift over Light Force or Light Force over Redshift, John? I've not played Redshift. I like the look of it, but I've not played it. Light Force was brutal, to be honest. But okay. So we got right, RoboCop's been a high score game already. So if I'm getting rid of Bomb Jack, because that's been a high score game, I'm getting rid of RoboCop. Light Force over Redshift. Right, okay. So Light Force over Redshift. So that gives us Horace Goes Skiing, Light Force, persist, Quick Snacks, Spy Hunter. I do like Spy Hunter. Is it going to last a month? It could get pretty frustrating if you're the way the scores shoot up on that high score table. Right, Spy Hunter's gone. So that leaves Horace Goes Skiing, Light Force, persist, and Quick Snacks. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. Let's put that to the vote. I think let's put that to the vote. The masochist in me kind of hopes that Horace might win. Light Force, I don't know about that, but we've got to have a shooter in there, haven't we? Persist is a great game. I love that. That's a great game. And Quick Snacks is a great game as well. Great package, overall package. So that would be the 1 to 8K version. The others are all early games. I guess in Light Force, is that an early game? Mid-80s maybe? Going off the big sort of chunky graphics. Right, that's it. That's it then. What about Ninja Turtles? That's a good game. How not to play? So, I'm sure the OG Ninja Turtles was I got that as a birthday present on the Spectrum years and years. The blue with the blue sort of blue cardboard box. And I remember spending my birthday money on that, and some of the yellow Tutti Frutti, I think it was. It used to come in the little sticks, the yellow Tutti Frutti. Yeah. Living the dream. Yeah, the platform one where you start off in the sewers and then you drive around the little van, don't you, at the end? After to go to the next level. You drive. I've completed that back in the day. I don't know how. It was absolutely nails, if I remember right. But yeah, I completed that back in the day. Right. So that gives us our 4 games for next month's high score challenge then. So we got Horace Goes Skiing, Light Force. That one's on John. That if that wins, that's on you, John. Persist and Quick Snacks. Some good picks there. I think that's some very different games in there as well. I think each one should be playable at Crash. I think. Looking at that, maybe not Light Force, but I'm sure if there's a Div MMC, it'd probably have it on there. So we should be able to get it going, no probs. Right, that's awesome, guys. That's been good. That I enjoyed that, guys. Cheers, and thanks for everyone that's commented and got involved. I built for picking a game like this in the future because I think it's definitely a good way to do it, rather than how I've done it in the past. I'll pick a system and then I'll play a few games just sort of in here on my own. But when you've got like your interaction and stuff, then makes it a lot more enjoyable. Right. Cheers, everyone. I shall post the link for the high score voting on the Discord channel. And what I can do, I can maybe even try and drop it into YouTube if we can add it into the comments afterwards. I'll have a look, see if we can do it. But if not, the vote will be in the Discord channel. Come and join us over on the Discord channel. There's loads going on in there. Loads of different channels covering everything you can ever imagine. To be honest, I can barely keep up with it at times. But yeah, coming up, we've got Crash Live coming up. That's in a few weeks' time. Hopefully I'll be tazzing around there with my mic, maybe chatting to a couple of people in the bar over a beer or something like that. What else we got? We got the Retro Gamer interview with Darren coming up. That's in the process of editing that. I did see a comment actually asking how the Donkey Kong training was going. It was how not to play. It's going all right. I'm verging on 150,000, so 200 feels doable. 200,000 feels doable, but then I played it the other night and I was struggling to get past 80,000. It is just literally how Russ was saying when we was chatting to him. Sometimes those boards, I don't know, the game has just got it in for you. Sometimes you'll put it on and the diagonal barrels will drop onto you, and it is just savage sometimes. But there we are. That's why we love it, innit? So yeah, I'm cautiously optimistic of hitting 200. I imagine I'll be able to hit 200,000 as a high score, but it's going to be getting there consistently, because obviously you don't want to go there and then with a high score of 200,000 and then drop a scoring of like 90,000 or something. So I don't know. It's all for fun in it at the end of the day. The social side of it is going to be what makes it really. I'm going on there with no illusions that I'm going to win, but the social side of it will be really good. So that's the thing. Right. Cheers, everyone. Keep tabs on what we've got coming up. And hopefully I'll catch you at Crash Live in a couple of weeks' time. Cheers all, thanks for stopping by, thanks for commenting, and look out for the vote going up in the next day or two. I might even do it now, I might even put it up right now. Cheers all, thanks again.